Hey everybody, I just wanted to come on here and update you guys on Bitcoin and some of the geopolitical news going on. I know it's been a couple of days since I've updated it, only because I didn't want to keep reminding you guys of the same stuff. I want you guys to go and look for it on your own just to verify that the stuff I'm talking about is legit. And I want to give you time to digest. Don't want to talk about the same stuff every day. But it seems like the same stuff continues to happen every day on the geopolitical spectrum. Not only is it Hong Kong and France and Belgium and all the Middle East that are in chaos now with riots and stuff. And then you got South America and Chile starting their riots. There's been riots in Brazil, they just don't cover them. There's been stuff going on in Argentina. We've known that, we just seem to forget. It's like, well, yeah, the riots in Chile are so important. But hey, the country next door is already worse off than Chile. So it's not like it's something new. It's the big picture. It's still the same relevant information. Basically, I call it the hunger index. It's just whenever you see these riots that spark from a raise in, for example, in Chile, the fare for the metro, or in France, the price of gasoline going up. In Hong Kong, also the price of, I forget what it was, some price or some law or whatever. But I think it was mainly due to prices. It's all economics. I've done a lot of research on Hong Kong, and the population, the poor population lives in Hong Kong. They basically live like animals in cages. The retired people without much family. Cages and homes that are like literally like one apartment's filled with like 50 cages, and that's their private space. You know, they go inside their cage and they lock their stuff up. Pretty bad situation, and that's just all over the world. It's just bad. It looks really bad there because it's so compacted. It needs to be that way. But yeah, the whole world, this whole globalization thing, it did not work out for the bottom 2/3. I mean, literally, it did not work out. It's made everything extremely more competitive in the areas that it shouldn't be. You know, it was supposed to work. Each country has their specialization, and you're supposed to be better off because of it. But with all the migration, all the corrupt governments that are basically fighting for their last breath because of globalization, trying to take over their country, their land, their water resources. This is what's happening. You know, everything around the world that you see military presence, it is a takeover of the actual land and resources for the future 2030 world agenda, where basically we are no longer owners or anything like that. We are maintained by the world elite to make sure that the planet is staying in a clean, efficient manner and not being overpopulated, overburdened, and overtaxed as it is right now. And yet, most of the population is not benefiting from taxing the earth that much. So that's what I believe is the big picture, and you can see it happening all over the world with all these different riots that are basically being sparked by for economic reasons, that just can't continue. And I was doing some research into the Chile riots. I know you got a lot of people out there that are more well off. It's a very divided country. There's a big 1% a small 1% population, and then everybody else. There's no in between. Not in Chile. I mean, there is an emerging middle class that are foreigners trying to make it in Chile, but the future and the past will reflect in the future, as a rhyme, right? History rhymes, not necessarily repeats, but it rhymes. I look at the charts. The markets are kind of just staying there. They don't know what to do. There's a lot of investors that are like, oh my God, what do we do? The whole system is basically managed and manipulated, but I can't get out because I'm so invested. So I got to keep going. It's not going to be the right move. I think the diversification is the best move no matter what. It's not about gaining right now. It's about trying not to lose as much and at least hold on to assets that will produce income and won't go bankrupt in the near future with this liquidity crisis that we have coming up, where banks don't even want to lend to each other anymore because they understand that there's this recession/depression coming, and they just want to wait for lower prices. And so now that's the game they're playing. It's almost like they just want it to happen faster so they can get on it. They're tired of waiting. It's so easy to manipulate the general American public that it's taken longer for this thing to crash than they even expected, due to how gullible and uninformed and careless American investors are. The ones that invest in 401ks automatically and stuff like that. Terrible, but that's the state of our situation. When it comes to Bitcoin, you've seen that it's same 78, 8,200 range. It's waiting for a catalyst, financial catalyst, war catalyst, or just some big whales. Again, tired of waiting, and go ahead and start pumping the cash in there, because this is one of those instruments where you can get out of the market and wait in Bitcoin while the market goes down, and possibly gain in Bitcoin. Most likely, that's the goal. And if not, I mean, it's just another way to diversify into assets that can't be printed, like Bitcoin. You just don't want to hold on to anything that can be printed. I mean, hold on to a gold coin, hold on to a Bitcoin, hold on to a paid-off car, paid-off furniture, paid-off cell phone, paid-off credit cards. That kind of stuff is what matters. Cash is trash because it's being printed. You got to use it immediately. It's a tool to transact immediately. It's almost like they're forcing you to spend instead of save, because they know that you don't know where to save. And if you put it in their little community banks or whatever banks, they're just going to take that money and reinvest it, which is what they want to. So it's not really fixing the problem here. So it's this big old convoluted system, and a lot of people are going to lose because they just can't. They bought into something that even at this point they know is wrong, but just like a pyramid scheme. Oh, I'm at the top, so let the people under me get screwed. Which is people like me, millennials, and others that are younger, that are going to have to pay more taxes in the future, with Democrats and all kinds of people trying to tax people more. Young people more specifically, with all kinds of like medical expenses that they force us to pay that we don't even go to the doctor to use, or we have a huge deductible where basically the insurance is pointless. I could take a flight to Mexico or to Spain and get my medical stuff done and come back and still have a vacation while I'm at it for probably less than the price of my deductible here in America. It's pointless. It really is pointless. It's a scam. I don't want to get too passionate about this because there's so many things that are wrong with the economy and the way we're being abused and what they want to do in the future, and how they want us to think with this whole Common Core stuff. It almost seems like they're trying to turn us into North Korea to take advantage of us. I mean, there's only one globe, and the top few is like, hey, people can't get smart because then they're going to want more. We need to keep them wanting less. That's the main goal. Give them less, make them want less so they don't complain. And, I know that they know that our consciousness is evolving due to the internet and all kinds of stuff, the 100th monkey effect and all that. And so they're purposely putting fluoride in water and all kinds of prescription medication that does all kinds of harm to our brain function. And so, that's where we're at. So we're past that. That was like years ago that they started that. Now they're at the point where just look at China and look at other places that are religious dissidents. They're just being harvested now. They don't no longer care about lying to them or anything. No, we don't believe like you do, and actually we're going to profit off of your body parts to pay for all your concentration camp expenses and to demolish your homes and all that crap, right? So I don't want to keep this going because I'm starting to get a little passionate about it. It is frustrating, but it's been a couple days, so I don't mind making it a little bit longer. I hope you guys don't mind. Again, if you guys like what I'm talking about, please like and subscribe. Put a comment down there about anything you have, any questions. I'll elaborate, or just go back and forth with you. I really enjoy that. I want my viewers to be engaged and stay educated. All right, guys. Well, have a great day, and hopefully I'll upload another video maybe today, later, or tomorrow. Okay? Take it easy, guys.